Hey, I'm trying to come at you in a different seat, my other seat. Got hurting, so now I'm sitting on the couch. So now I'm trying to get you another one of the videos, the articles. So here's our next article we're going to do. So video games strain Italian internet as a coronavirus keeps kids home. So go up here, make sure you hit file, save as, and change it to where you're going to save as. Different folder. I'm still going to keep it. I'm going to go ahead and do it on my desktop. So there. And I'm going to get rid of week 1. And I'm going to save it as Betty Graham. You can save it. Remember, you should download it from Canvas and hit save. And then there it saves it. So I can go here, highlight the title, and I've got it ready. Video games strain Italian internet as coronavirus keeps kids home. And this one was published in March the 18th, 820. Y'all know what that is? And some of you do. That's Fortnite from a screenshot. Italian children are stuck at home after the closure of schools, and many have been turning to video games. Italy is currently on lockdown to fight coronavirus. The government has limited almost all travel. Social gatherings are banned. Schools have shut down. The Italian government is trying to contain a halt of the spread of the coronavirus. The country has seen one of the worst outbreaks so far, and yes, they have if you've been watching the news. The coronavirus, officially called COVID-19, is a flu-like illness. It's considered a pandemic. Because of its spread to countries worldwide, sometimes it can be deadly. I'll take this word real quick. Epidemic. Spread of countries worldwide. Sometimes it can be deadly. However, the virus mostly targets older people. The risk of children is getting low. In the United States, it's affecting a lot of different people, so read the news. Now, Italy is seeing side effects from closing schools. The country has not expected these problems. All right, the kids home from school are mostly not allowed to leave the house. It's not hard to guess they have turned to what? Video games. So mainly what is happening is that the kids at home, they're bored, they're playing video games. So this is a subtitle. We talked about that before in your other one. So subtitle. Okay, gaming is having some very really effects on Italian internet providers. Many kids, along with adults, are playing Fortnite. So what are they playing? Fortnite, Call of Duty, and they're doing this every day. The games use a lot of what? Bandwidth. And what is bandwidth is the amount of data that can go over the internet. I've even had times here at home where things have got slow, and like different ones of us couldn't, it wouldn't work, and it's getting kind of crazy, but things are getting better. All right. We reported an increase of more than 70% of internet traffic. So it's really pulling up. This man is in charge of the Telecom Italia. The companies provide internet. He said that the increase was mostly due to online gaming. And this is where people it's all due to what? Online gaming, people getting on there and playing with each other. The increased internet traffic did lead to some short-term outages in Italy. So they did have some short-term images. However, those have reportedly been brought under control. Okay, increased internet use is likely to be seen in the U.S. shortly, and we're dealing with that now. Okay, state after state has begun closing schools. Most every single state in the United States has closed. The closings have been anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks. It could be more depending on how the coronavirus continues to spread. But hopefully, us staying at home, we're flattening that curve. Like Italian kids, American kids will probably be playing online video games to pass the indoors. Many will have no school, no homework, no sports, little else to do but play games and watch TV or do your homework and do your work on, the internet. We've already seen some US internet providers lift data limits in the wake of the epidemic. Another subtitle. Lots of people are playing video games right now. Call of Duty was not mentioned directly by Telecom. Okay, so this one wasn't mentioned directly. However, Activation, the company that calls the Call of Duty, launched its Warzone Battle Royale this week. It drew 6 million players in its first day. That's taking a lot of bandwidth. And what a lot of people are playing at the moment, many gamers are working their way through old games, playing their usual favorites like League, or starting new seasons of Destiny or The Division. It's easy to question how US internet providers may handle the coming internet slowdown if things get worse. If Italy is a model, the technology appears to be holding. That's good to know. Still the US has far more people and a whole lot of internet problems even on a good day, which is true. We've had our problems at school. As more US schools close, except similar increases on the internet gaming traffic, it remains to be seen how this affects overall as time goes by. How are y'all doing on your internet? Questions. Read the introduction, paragraphs 1 through 5. Well, let's go. Paragraphs 1 through 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. So that question comes from right here. Select the sentence from the introduction that shows Italy is surprised many people are on the internet while stuck at home. Who's mainly doing it? Think about that. Number 2, read the section. Lots of people are playing video games right now. So that's this section right here. Lots of people are playing video games right now. So what are they playing? Of course, Fortnite, Call of Duty, League, Destiny, and how's it affecting what they think is going to happen to the US? So which selection from the section supports the conclusion that America will need to do more than Italy to keep up its internet working? So what do you think it is? What effect did increased gaming have on the Italian internet? I do too. Kind of doing it, telling you right here, especially here. What did it do? And to highlight your answer, you just go there and pick one of those and highlight it, okay? And then what is the relationship between kids in the US and the kids in Italy? It's right here. So pick your answer. When you're finished, make sure you hit File, Save, and Save As. Now, since, and hit Save, not File, Save. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the other article. So sit right there and work on this one, and I'm gonna get both of them in at one time so I can get both of these done and not have to come back again. The other one is dealing with the opinion. So let me stop this one and let me go back and get that one, capture it. There we go. All right, to get rid of this, okay, I'm going to go to View and Hide Tool Pane. Now again, if you're doing this one, File, Save As. Again, you need to, I'm going to put it on my desktop. And week 1, you can keep it there or you can get rid of it and put your name. So when you save it to me, you can send it to me. Okay, opinion. Fear about the coronavirus is normal, but don't let it control you. Again, highlight it. Now, this one was written on 3/9/20, right? And wash your hands. Practice not touching your face. A new coronavirus has recently emerged. Coronavirus is a large family of viruses that includes the common cold. The new strain began in China. Its name is SARS-CoV-2, and disease that is called COVID-19. Currently, the virus is spreading across the globe. More than 100,000 people have been infected. Over 3,000 have died. Check it, check your numbers. The coronavirus has become one of the biggest events of the 21st century. Public health experts warn the disease will probably start spreading to your area no matter where you live. This is pretty scary, and the fact that it's causing its own problems separate from the effects of the virus. Subtitle: Trying to control what we fear. The problem with scary things is that we aren't very good at reacting to them. Humans are terrible at understanding risk. Here's an example. People are much more likely to die in a car crash than a plane crash. Still, most of us, airplane turbulence scares us more than almost getting into a traffic accident. This is not very practical, but there is a reason for it. We fear things that we don't understand. And when we feel afraid, we try to control what we fear. Sometimes we do irrational things to feel in control. In a case of the coronavirus, there are some obvious examples of this. Panicked people have been buying up items like toilet paper and ibuprofen. Many have frightened shoppers are doing this even though they live in areas where there is no coronavirus outbreak and stores are not at risk at running out of those items. Okay, that's telling us control what we fear, how to control it. Face mask and cures. People are also buying face masks like there's no tomorrow. They're clearing out pharmacy shelves for evidence, however, strongly suggests that masks are a waste of time for most people. The only people who need to be wearing the mask are the people who are sick for when they get near somebody. For weeks, health experts have said the main reason to buy a mask is only if you are sick. In that case, the mask stops you from spreading the virus when you cough or sneeze. That's why you wear a mask. If you wear a mask and you're not sick, you're just wearing a mask. Some people have also started selling and buying supplements to cure coronavirus. If we examine exactly why each immunity boosting tea or pill is worthless, we'd be here until the end of time. There is a clear lack of evidence that any of these supplements work. That brings us to one of the scariest parts of the coronavirus, which may be what really has people on edge. Most of the recommendations for health experts are things that other people have to do. Wearing masks when you're sick, staying at home if you feel unwell, covering your mouth and nose when you cough or sneeze, seeking medical care early if you have symptoms. Relying on other people can be scary too. It means not having much control over your fate. Nobody likes this. Yes, you can and should make an effort to wash your hands more and stop touching your face. However, doing these things doesn't make you feel safer. We never need everyone else to be making informed choices too. I think this is really what the panic is all about. People are trying to deal with fear by taking it into action. The actions give them a feeling of control. So actions give them a feeling of control in a scary, chaotic situation. We all want to do something to keep ourselves from getting sick, even if it's probably not going to work. Buying 15 tubs of hand sanitizer makes us feel protected, even with just as well off buying a normal bar of hand soap. Simple tips to protect yourself. There are scary stories out there about coronavirus. We may not have control over everything, but it's important to remember that there are evidence-based things we can do to help protect ourselves. There is evidence-based. The World Health Organization studies global public health. This group has published simple tips on its website. Anyone can follow these tips. They include washing your hands. And yes, I've been getting videos of kids washing their hands. Awesome. More often and practicing not touching your face. This advice may seem boring, but often the best advice is boring. In the end, the most important thing to do is not panic. So don't panic and wash your hands and don't touch your face. People often panic when they hear the word epidemic. Many associate the word with the spread of various serious deadly diseases. The next time you hear the word, take a deep breath. Fear it, okay? It's natural to feel afraid. Even the experts admit that there are many things about this outbreak that we just don't know yet. That's scary for everyone. Still, it's important not to let your fear control you. You probably have to live with it for a while. Okay? Okay, this was written by Gideon Maritzkatz, and he is an epidemiologist, a scientist who studied diseases. The opinions in this article belong to the author and do not necessarily represent the views of Newsela or its editors. So first question, what is most likely the reason the author included the comparison between car travel and airline travel? So if we go up here, we're talking about trying to control what we fear. Why did the author use this up here? Why did the author talk about it? Okay, pick your answer. And to highlight it, you just highlight transfer. You can do that, or I can turn this off and you can highlight like that and it'll click right there. All right, read the following section. We may not have control over everything, but it's important to remember that there are evidence-based things you can do to help protect yourself. The World Health Organization studies of global public health. This group has published simple tips on its website. Anyone can follow these tips. They include washing your hands more often and practicing not touching your face. Why did the author include this information? Why? Pick your answer, highlight it. How does the section Face, Mask, and Cure support the author's argument that the panic affects people's behavior? So go back up here. So why is this, the author's having like an argument, letting you know that people have fear? So how is that section support the author's argument? Highlight your answer. And then pick A, B, C, or D. Read the following paragraph, the introduction, paragraphs 1 through 3. Currently, the virus is spreading across the globe. More than 100 people have been infected with the virus. Over 3,000 have died. The coronavirus has become one of the biggest events of the 21st century. Public health experts warn that this disease will probably start spreading to your area, no matter where you live. How does this support the author's opinion? Remember, that's how they feel, and that the coronavirus is serious. So it's their opinion, the author. Highlight your answer, and if that's the one you want to read, get it sent in. Make sure that you go up here too and hit File, Save. For it, you'll save your stuff. Submit those, and then I'm going to come back and talk about the rest of the part of your I'm going to come back and talk to you about the rest of the part of your work for this week, okay? Bye.